to the sea, there would still be you and me. Kind woman, I give you my all. Kind man, nothing more. Little drops of rain, whispers of the pain, tears of love and lost and days gone by.
Everybody stand.
My love is strong, with you there is no wrong. Together we will go until we die. My inspiration, that's what you are to me. Inspiration, look and see. So today, my world it smiles. Your hand in mine, we will walk the mile. And thanks to you, it will be done. You to me are the only one. Happiness, no more beside. Happiness, I am glad. Little drops of rain, whispers of the pain, tears of love and loss and days gone by. Our love is strong, with you there is no wrong. Together we will go until we die. Little drops of rain, whispers of the pain, tears of love and lost and days gone by. Happiness, no more beside. Happiness, I am glad. If the mountains crumble to the sea, there would still be you and me.
You may be seated. Thanks for coming, everyone, and we're so glad to see you here today. And dearly beloved, we are gathered here today before God, family, and friends to join Roger Dale and Dinah Sue in holy matrimony. Today is a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and a celebration of two people that are in it for forever. You don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage, actually. And if you think about it, it's really kind of weird. You're standing here in front of a lot of people, looking fancy, holding flowers, and being stared at by all of the people that mean everything to you. So why do we do it? The marriage ceremony has been an important feature across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society. We have thousands of important events that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as so critical, we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others as we are here today. Why do we share this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier. It's our one universal truth that no matter who we are or where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing: love is what we are doing right. That's why you are both standing here, and that's why you all are here to watch them stand here to become one. We have all loved in our lifetime, and in this moment we are reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. All of us here today have their own love stories. Some are short, some are long, some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. This beautiful love story between Roger and Dinah began 26 years ago at a family wedding in Hobbs, New Mexico. There was Dinah, a beautiful blonde, all fixed up to be a bridesmaid in her best friend's wedding. And there was Roger Dale, also a beautiful blonde, all tuxedoed up to be the groomsman in his cousin's wedding. I can imagine that it started with a look, and the look turned into a spark, and the spark ignited into a flame, and that flame exploded into a love relationship between Roger Dale and Dinah. But at that moment in time, it just wasn't meant to be, and Roger Dale and Dinah went their separate ways. It was very shortly after that that Dinah introduced me and Carrie. It was literally love at first sight, and within a year we were married and have now been married for almost 23 years.
Uh-oh.
I take credit for that. I take credit for that.
Thank you. Thank you for introducing me to the love of my life. I owe you big. Well, about 2 years ago, there was another chance meeting of Roger Dale and Dinah in Hobbs, New Mexico. Roger Dale and Dinah just happened to both attend the 50th birthday party of my wife, Carrie, and the process started all over again. This time, however, the chance meeting was the beginning of a beautiful and intensely loving love story that has grown so great that we are all here today to witness Roger Dale and Dinah becoming as one before God in this beautiful ceremony. One of many things that makes me so very honored and excited about the opportunity that I have to do this is because I know them both pretty well. And so I would like to tell you a little bit about these two.
Oh.
Dinah is really one of the sweetest people I know, and I didn't have to write that down to know that. But one of my very favorite things about Dinah is her laugh. And if you know Dinah at all, you've heard that laugh. And you know how awesome it is, and you know how contagious it is. And if somebody says something funny and you don't think it's funny, but Dinah laughs, you're going to start laughing because her laugh is that contagious, and it's so awesome. But the best thing that Dinah has done is raised those three kids right there. And she has done such an awesome job, and if you spend any time around those three, you'll know what I'm talking about, because she has done such an awesome job. And then there's Roger Dale, the strong, silent type. And if you know Roger Dale, you know that he's a man's man. But wait a minute. If you really know Roger Dale, then you also know that he loves a really great pair of fuzzy purple slippers.
Oh, yes.
And you may also know that his nickname is Boutique Boy, because he is so talented at working at the boutiques and the booths that Dinah has in her business. And so those are some of the funny things that about these two. And both, basically, what it boils down to is these are two awesome people. Very loyal, very loving, and just great character, and absolutely meant for each other. And I'm proud to be here with you today. And here we are, time to pause, to look back and smile at all the moments that brought them here, and a time to look ahead to all the moments that are still to come. I'm here. We are all here because we want those moments for you. We are here to hope with you, to support you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story. It's not one moment, not even this moment. It's every moment for the rest of your lives. Big moments like saying, I love you, getting engaged, but mostly a million little ones that come in between the big moments. Falling asleep next to one another, making dinner together, spending holidays with your kids and families, getting a big hug when you get home from work. These everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. And even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try to explain it. That's just the way it is. Love is meant to be felt, not described. But trying to describe love is one of our favorite pastimes. We use words we have to write stories and poems and songs about love. Even though we describe love in different ways, and even though love can look different from one person to another, we all know it when we see it. And I think we can all agree that we definitely see it here. A pastor once said, "Love is the giving of the very best you have on behalf of another, regardless of response." Maturing love involves growing from a state of receiving much and giving little to a state of cheerfully giving everything and demanding nothing in return. The best example of that is God's unconditional love for us. So what does the Bible say about love? In Genesis 2, it says, "Then the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. Now out of the ground the Lord God had formed every beast of the field and every bird of the heavens and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all of the livestock and to the birds of the heavens and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found a helper for him. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and while he slept, took one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. And the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into woman and brought her to the man," which I believe is one of Dinah's nicknames, is woman. Then the man said, "This at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." See? Because she was taken out of man. So
There you go.
it's biblical. It's absolutely biblical. "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." 1 Corinthians says, "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and I can fathom all my stories and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres." In Matthew, "Haven't you read," he replied, "at the beginning, in the beginning,